minds on what you got going on. You got to be mindful of people, places, and things. That's another thing you want to be mindful of. Guys, school's getting ready to start this week. Some of you gonna make these teams, some of you not gonna make these teams. Some of you on these teams, some of you not on the team. What's your purpose? It ain't the end of the world, but continue to build your foundation on solid bricks. It ain't the end of the world if you don't get a blue chip scholarship, if you don't get a ranking. You better make sure that you get your diploma. You better make sure at some point that you get some type of education. Don't cheat yourself out of that. I saw you guys out there working. I saw some of you guys not really putting in 100%. Not really putting in 100%, not really going hard on what you really need to go on. You just here, you going through the motions. And going through the motions ain't gonna get you through life. It's not gonna happen. You gotta give everything you got. So at the end of the day, when you in the room by yourself, you can actually say, yo, I gave it all I got. You can be proud of that. Right? Man, be mindful of that. Say people, places, and things. Be mindful of this right here. What's this? Be mindful of this. Somebody spell the first word of cell phone. One person spell it. Spell cell phone. Spell it. Spell cell phone. Spell cell phone. Say it louder. Stop. A cell phone is a prison. Cell is a prison. A cell phone is a prison. Look what shape it's in. What shape is it? It's in a box. It's in the box, right? The cell phone keeps you locked into a box like you in prison. That's why they call it cell phone. If you stay off your cell phone, you are now out in the world doing the right things you need to do. Stay off of your phones. Your phones are a way of distraction. You cannot build your foundation when you're on that phone. You cannot do that. You cannot fight and argue with your teachers and your deans and your principals about being on the cell phone. Cell phone, it keeps you locked in to a mindset of illusion. It's not real. It's not real. And you gotta understand that. The generation we came in, we didn't have cell phones. We didn't know what a cell phone was, so we was outside. So be mindful of what a cell phone does for you. It keeps you locked in to something that it's not real. It's an illusion. And anytime you're in that illusion, you dreaming with no action. You dreaming and you comparing yourself to everybody else. I want to be ranked here. I want to go to this. I want to play in the circuit here. I want to do this. And you still dreaming because you're looking at somebody else's dream and you ain't fulfilling yours because you know why? You locked into your cell phone. And many of you here, the majority of you here, all day, every day in the street, you like this, swiping. All day long, swiping. All day long, liking and not liking. Meanwhile, you forget to build your foundation. There's no bricks. You know why? You're on your cell phone. A cell phone keeps you in prison. It is shaped that way. A small little box to keep you in that box. Then the moment you realize that, and some of you probably never heard that in your life. Some of the adults never heard that in their life either. I know that for a fact. You keep yourself in this little prism, this illusional world, you're not going to be able to ascertain your dreams, your hopes, your goals. You're not going to be able to help your family. You're not going to be able to help your friends. You understand? So be mindful of those small little things. Be mindful of if you're going to wake up in the morning and put in that effort, give 100%. Give 100%. Most of all, guys, most of all, do all this basketball stuff, do all this athletic stuff, do all you want to do, you really took care of your body just now. You took care of that. But I tell my nephew all the time, yo, it's a combination of physical and it's a combination of mental. You can't let nobody break you up here. You gotta add on that mental component to your physical. You have to add it on. It goes hand in hand. It's like peanut butter and jelly. It's like cereal and milk. It goes together. You can't work on your body and not have your mind right. I know you would agree with that. So your mind's not right. You ain't doing well in school. You focus on your girlfriend. You focus on smoking weed. You focus on hanging out in the classroom. You focus on all the wrong things and think that the world's gonna give you something and like the world owe you something. The world don't owe you nothing, and nor do your parents. Nobody owes you nothing. You gotta get out there and get it yourself. You gotta go get it. But guess what? It's out there for the giving. It's out there. It's easy right now. It's easy, but you gotta stay focused. And you gotta stay dedicated. And you gotta make sure that you honor the people who honor you. Do all this, man. But I wanna tell you, yo, the biggest thing, okay, what the biggest thing? I've been all over, man. I've seen top guys fall and bottom. And I coached from the top to the bottom. I've seen it all. And ain't nothing I haven't seen when it we come to this basketball situation. I seen them go, I seen them make it, I seen them not make it. I seen them not come back to their communities, not support. I seen it all. But the most thing, when I was in the high school coaching realm, the one thing, what happened when I was coaching, the coaches came to see you. Listen to what I'm about to tell you, how the game has changed. The coaches will get on the planes and buses and trains to come see you in the high school level. They would come see you. That's how it worked. It was called a live period and a dead period. So the coaches could see you during the live period, they couldn't have no communication with you during the dead period. That's how it works. It doesn't work like that anymore. What happens is you have to be on this circuit. You have to be on the circuit. Y'all know what the circuit is. You have to be on the top AAU circuits. That's where the coach is at. How do you get to that circuit? How do you get there? Right here, you just put the work in. How do you get to that circuit? The coaches don't come to high schools no more to see you. They don't waste their time. That's money invested. They don't do that. They go to one place now, save their money budget, and go to the circuits to see you play. Now, if you ain't there, good luck. If you're not there, it's just a good luck. Good, go to school, get a good education, get your diploma, and move on. If that happens, it happens. But that's something that you got to put into perspective for yourself. What do you really want out of this? What's your real passion? And so when I was doing all the coaching and doing everything, the coaches used to come to me and they would talk to the head coaches. It wasn't the AAU guys that was in charge, because the AAU guys, all these guys are doing that, they into the business. One of my best friends says, he has this saying about the bad information club. That's what he called it. The bad club, the bad people that's giving so much bad advice to these youngsters. Because the coaches and the adults at sometimes want instant gratification of living their dreams through their children. That's not how that's supposed to work. Your dream is your dream, and I'm supposed to support you behind your dream. You understand? So it's a lot of coaches out there giving bad advice. So be mindful of that. People, places, things, say that. People, places, and things, say that. People, places, and things, say that. People, places, and things, be mindful of that. So what happens was the coach would come to me, and he would ask me, what about Steven? What about, and when he was asked, he didn't really care about basketball because he already came down and he knew that they could play. He knew already that they could play basketball. He knew that. What he asked me was, how good of a person was he? That's what he wanted to know. Because he came all the way down from Georgia. He came all down from North Carolina to see this guy. He already knew he could put the ball in the hole. He already knew he could play. He already knew that already. But when he came down, he didn't ask me nothing about basketball. Nothing. Nothing. You know what he asked me about? Your character. That's what he asked me about. You're a good person. Yo, how is he as a teammate? How is he with his parents? What relationship he had with his parents? He didn't care nothing about basketball. So my last thing I want to tell you, like, yo, at the end of the day, y'all gotta be good people. Y'all gotta be good people. Y'all have good character. Build your character the way you build your body. Build your character the way you build your mind. Build your character the way you build your spirit. Build. Add on them bricks every day. Add on that new brick. Build your character. When somebody looking at you, make eye contact. When somebody shake your head, don't nod your head. Don't do that. Don't do this. Speak. Use your words. You understand? And be mindful of this new drug situation that's going on. All kinds of weed. It's not cool. It's not, I don't care what nobody say. It's not cool. It's illegal. We can do that. That's up to you. That's on your thing. But for me, for young children, I think you need to stay away from that. You need to stay away from that. I don't condone that one bit. You understand? I don't condone that with young athletes, with young people that's having heart attacks. You see it, right? Y'all see it? Young people that's grown, adults that's training all day. They hold LeBron's son, Shaq's son. They have heart issues. They have things going on. They have a lot of things going on that we don't even know about. So you building your bodies, you building your spirit, you build a relationship with your parents, you build a relationship with your coaches. People want to see you win. They want to see you win. People do want to see you win. And most of all, yo, you somebody in this world. You somebody. Don't ever let nobody tell you ain't nobody. You somebody. Don't let nobody tell you ain't nobody. And most of all, don't give them back that energy. You know that saying, yo, I'm going to give you that energy. Yo, keep that energy. Y'all know that saying, right? Everybody say with me. Yo, keep that energy. Nah, don't keep that energy. Don't keep that energy. What you do is, you're going to mirror their demons. All you're going to do is mirror that demon. If he got that negative energy, and I'm telling you, you better keep that energy when I see you, all you doing is mirroring it, and you take it on his spirit. What you got to do, you got to get away from that. You got to get away from that. So don't mirror nobody's energy. Don't be no follower. Y'all heard all this before. It's nothing new to you. It's nothing new to you. But how seriously, and what do you want out of this life scenario? Your number one thing is be a good person. Be a good person. Be a good person. Be a good friend, a good son, a good daughter, a good cousin, a good nephew. Be a good friend. Make sure you put that work in, and make sure that you keep your mind just as sharp as you keep your body. I've seen a lot of beautiful bodies in my life. A lot of people, their bodies look excellent, but their minds is just not right. Their minds is not right. So be mindful. Be mindful. Be mindful. If you can't chill with them, you shouldn't build with them. Stay away from still people. They still hating. They still broke. They still inconsistent. And they're gonna stay where they're gonna stay. They still stay away from still people. Yo, make sure y'all lock in with nephew, because nephew, his mind is right. If anybody know, you look at him, you see. If you look at him, you'll see me. If you see it, you'll see. You look at him, you'll see me. Everything he knows, everything he got going on, I have put that in there. He has took it from me, and he has ran with the torch. Y'all stay focused this year, man. I wish y'all the best in your high school endeavors, your career, your seniors. Yo, y'all make sure that at the end of the day that you get that diploma. You make sure that you focus on what you got to focus on. You make sure that you go to school and do the right thing. I don't care how tough it is. If you got something going on spiritually, you get on your knees and you pray. Can't do nothing in this world without getting on your knees and pray. I'm a heavy believer of prayer. That's a real thing. I don't care what nobody say. I'm not a religious man. I'm a righteous man. I appreciate y'all.